Welcome everyone to another Word to the Wise live broadcast. How you guys doing on this beautiful holiday season? Got an NFC update for you guys, and boy, I got a big question for you. Has the NFL just saturated its product so much that it's diluted? Too many games in a short span of time. I mean, we had the same two games. So two teams played two games, mixed it up against each other. Got the Chiefs, you got the Steelers, you got your Ravens, and they played each other over the course of 5 days. The NFL, what it has done is it has put out games that just this past week, I mean, my goodness, we had a full slate of games on Sunday, and then you had a doubleheader on Monday Night Football. Turn around, and 2 days later, Christmas Day. We saw 3 games on Christmas Day. Also, you had the NBA going on at the same time. My goodness. And we also had Thursday Night Football. Had a couple snooze fest games in there. Games that probably should not have even been in prime time. And then you turn around, and what do we have? Today, Saturday games, triple header on. Got the Rams about to come on, fighting for their playoff bid to be able to toss the proverbial Rams hat into the playoff postseason. And also, we still have more Sunday night games. A lot is going on. A lot going on in the NFL. A lot is going on inside of the NFC North. Man, but have the NFL just diluted its product. It's strange the fact that LeBron James spoke on it in his post game on Christmas Day. LeBron said, "I love the NFL, but Christmas Day belongs to the NBA. Too many games, short period of time. A lot of people are getting hurt." Has it been diluted? Is it too much product and it's overkill all at the same time? Well, come on, cousins, and let's pod about it.
In a world fraught with confusion, one man will break his silence.
Welcome to the funkiest show this side of the Pecos, baby. Yeah, you know the story. Word to the Wise with the exclamation point. Coming at you with a special Saturday edition. Going live, you guys. Appreciate each and every last person that is tuned in and hear the sound of my failing voice a little bit. But I felt it was important for me to get on here and talk to you guys. Talk to your cousins, and you know what? I just want to give it up to the two people who had talked to me and told me the best advice and information that I can get my entire life. Give it up for Pops and Fat Mama. Oh yeah, let's give a round of applause for them. Love the fact that I am a football fan. You know what? It is a vice. It is time consuming to be able to enjoy a sport, especially if you are a person who loves one team. Now, with the emergence of fantasy football, something that I dibble and dabble into, not a big fantasy football guy, but there is also the betting world that is out there, placing bets. So we have people who are fans of certain players, not of a team. And we are people who are fans of a point spread. Yes, I can have a favorite team, but I don't care if my team loses. If I win a bet, it's hard to root like that. I'm talking to the diehard fans that have a team, and I don't care if you're a bandwagon or not. How long have you been rolling with your squad? Go ahead and drop a comment out there inside the comment section. Love to be able to hear what is your team and how many primetime games does your team get? It seems that some of them get more than others, don't they? Some teams get more primetime games than others. I guess by strength of schedule, looking at your opponent that you have, but we've had some snooze fest. We've had some boring games that are on prime time. And the channels, oh my goodness, so many different channels that you have to have all these different streaming services just to be able to watch a full season. I'm a big fan of YouTube Sunday Ticket. 4K, any game, but it's got to be on Sunday. And the NFL has spread itself over the week. So here are some of the channels. You got your NFL Network, the Homer channel, okay? They're going to have some games on. CBS, NBC, usually carry the morning window and that afternoon window. But then you also have NBC with Sunday Night Football. And then ESPN, got to have that too, if you want to watch Monday Night Football. And then Fox Sports as well. What about Amazon Prime? Thursday night games. Some of the games are good, and some have not been, but that's okay. I say that Amazon is doing the best they can, but my goodness, Netflix has jumped into the NFL streaming business. And we just saw some games on Netflix. And I heard tell that there are many regions across America where it just blacked out. Couldn't handle it. It was like the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight all over again. My goodness. So you paying for Netflix, and now they want to have sports, and Hulu got live sports. It's a lot of different streaming services. And games are across a lot of different weeks. Where do you stand? Do you still watch football? That's a good question, cousins. Are you still a football fan, and do you still watch it? Because not only have they put it on a lot of different days, on a lot of different streaming services, but they have also put it overseas. Excuse me. Man, I gotta take something for this. Little NyQuil. Overseas games. Some of these overseas games are, in my personal opinion, can be dangerous. When you're sending the whole team over there, they got to spend some time over there. I remember the Tottenham field was not up to par when the Vikings played the Jets over there. Aaron Rodgers and the Vikings went over there and beat those Jets in England. But the field, people were saying, it was just slushy. And the field condition was not up to par. So you got your overseas games. You got games in Germany and Mexico and England. You got them across several different platforms on several different days of the week. Oh my goodness. So what we have today is a window where you can see games on from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's a lot of your life. NFL, that's a lot of life that you're asking for. From 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 p.m., injuries are piling up as well. And why do we need double headers on Monday Night Football? Do we really need two games on Monday Night Football? When you have these back-to-back games, don't you know that people from either on the West Coast or the East Coast, that's a 3-hour time gap. People got to get up in the morning. And if you are in the military or overseas and a fan of the NFL, that game is coming on at an odd hour. Yes, it could be 4 o'clock in the morning and you're up trying to watch a game. So do we really need the double headers? I like the fact that they look at the games that are competitive and say, we're going to flex those bad boys like they did the Vikings versus These guys over here, Green Bay Packers. That game is now pushed back, and at the 3:25 window coming on the NFL. No, that game will be on. Now I don't even know what channel. I got them all. That's the problem. It don't matter what channel they own. I got them all the streaming services and Fire Stick. I don't miss any games. But I look at the amount of time that I have. And in that flex game that we have, there's some injury reports. Let's discuss it. Zaire Alexander for the Green Bay Packers will not play. I wanted to see that matchup. Not so much him and Jefferson, because they're going to double Justin Jefferson. And when they double Justin Jefferson, that leaves who? Jordan Addison over there to light up that other cornerback. You got to have a shutdown guy. And that is the matchup that I wanted to see the most. Addison against Zaire. He will not play. But the Vikings do get 3 starters back. Getting healthy at the right time. You got Harrison Smith, Pat Jones, and Josh Oliver. Maybe even Ivan Pace Jr., Agent Zero. Will he play? I hope if he plays, he's 100%. If he's not, then sit out. But we do need you because of Josh Jacobs. Yes, the Green Bay Packers does have a good running game, but the Vikings are also number 1 in stopping the run. But we give up a lot of air. Secondary on the Vikings give up a lot of passing yards. So Jordan Love could have himself a game. But I think this is what Flores does. I believe that Flores lulls that quarterback to sleep. Keep throwing. Keep throwing. Why? Because the Vikings average an interception every single game. Many of them are game breaker, back breakers, and game enders. Yes, keep throwing it. That's what he said. You're doing good, quarterback. You're doing good. And just when you think, they step right in and pick that ball off, man. And then we have on Monday Night Football. You know who it is. It is the Detroit Lions. Yeah, sitting over here with the number 1 seed. Number 1 seed going up against the struggling San Francisco 49ers. I've said this before in one of my previous podcasts. I hope to God that you are not looking past the San Francisco 49ers. Nor should the Vikings look past any team. Nor should Green Bay have their eyes on Week 18 either. You got a game to play. And in playing so, you know you came off a great game. Yes, Bears lost to the Seahawks. Chicago Bears have been eliminated from playoff contention. And they lost to the Seahawks by a score. Chicago and Seattle better suited for the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago Cubs. 6-3. That was the score. 6-3. That the Seattle Seahawks beat those Bears. So, we got some news I want to cover real quick, and I'm not going to keep you long. I'll let you go. NFC North news, Teddy Two Gloves Bridgewater, former Viking, drafted by the Vikings, is coming out of retirement and getting re-signed by the Detroit Lions. Quarterback Teddy Bridgewater will be a Lion, and he is also re-signed. NFC East, and that's Jalen Hurts ruled out with a concussion against the Dallas Cowboys. That is a division rival, but Jalen Hurts will not be playing. And in that game, it seems that Saquon Barkley does have an opportunity to try to go after the rushing title. Saquon Barkley. Oh my goodness, Giants, you lost your running back, lost your quarterback. If you're a Giant fan, I love to hear from you. Chime in. How do you feel about next year and the talent that has left? I would love to be able to see what you guys think, because Saquon is chasing Eric Dickerson as an Eagle. And Dickerson's record, 2,105 yards And they asked Eric Dickerson, do you think Saquon Barkley can break your record? He said, no, he cannot. He can't do it. He'll be lucky to get 2,000. Well, he only need 268 yards over 2 games. If Saquon can get 268 yards over 2 games, he will break Eric Dickerson's record. Here's the caveat. He gets 17 games to do it, and Dickerson had to do it in 16 games. But do not forget, Adrian Peterson almost came close. Adrian Peterson in 2012, 2,097 yards, 6 yards shy. Dang, Mike Zimmer, you couldn't give him another handoff, let him tote the rock one more time? Sure, he may have fumbled it, but Peterson came close to breaking Dickerson's record. But yes, Saquon gets 17 games. Dickerson has 16, but O.J. Simpson did it in 14 games. 2,003 yards. He only had 14 games to do it. That is the nature of the business. That is how they get down in the NFL. Has the NFL saturated its product? Has it put out too many games in a short window? Does it has it on too many different streaming services? How do you feel about overseas games? Should that be here back in America? Because what you're really doing is taking away a home game from either team. One of them has to be declared as the home team, and they're playing it in someone else's stadium. Hey, that is your NFC wrap up here on Word to the Wise. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you. Always appreciate you tuning in. Apologize for my voice, but I feel real passionate about what I'm talking about. And I know that if you guys are watching the NFL, you're investing your time, you're investing your money. Don't forget to invest in yourself. See you guys around this time on Wednesday. Happy New Year! And Happy New Year is coming around. I want to see you guys out there. Keep it safe. Keep it sane. Don't go buck wild and don't go crazy on New Year's. I want to see you guys in 2025, where we will be having the playoffs, baby. NFC. Ah, man, it is heating up over the next couple days. Who will rise victorious from the AFC? We'll talk about it later. But in the meantime and in between time, you just keep swinging like Tarzan. It's a jungle out there. But guess what? Old Cousin Terry is still here. Yeah, I'm standing 10 toes down on business. And guess what? I got your back like vertebrae right here on Word to the Wise with the exclamation point. Come on, be serious.
Like my podcast.